Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the NBA podcast. Your host, truly, Samson.
What's up, guys? Tom.
Hey, just
How y'all doing today, boys?
good.
Chilling. How are you?
Chilling, bro. I can't complain, but a lot of NBA news we have to get into today. First and foremost, James Harden opting in to his $35 million deal, last year's deal with the Philadelphia 76ers. How do y'all feel about it? I think the rumors is, according to Shams, he's the most legitimate. I feel like, but he's saying that he's gonna be looking for a trade option within the season, or maybe going into before free agency next year. How do you guys feel about that? Obviously, Tom's
let the Philly fans.
Yeah, he's a Philly fan, so
I'm gonna let the Philly fans say what he got to say.
Ooh, I mean, when I first heard the news, obviously I saw that it was in order to get a sign and trade done. Mm-hmm. But I had hopes that Harden's gonna return to Philly, and I feel like he's doing this as leverage. I feel like the Houston rumors were for leverage too. I think it's not about honestly speaking, what other team can you go to with the cap space and the overall just team built for a playoff run or a championship run? I don't think. He's gonna take a visit with the Clippers. Honestly speaking, if I'm James Harden, why would I go to the Clippers team that gets hurt around April, May,
every year?
Every single year. And they still want Russ back too, so I don't know how that line is going to look with Russ, Harden, Kawhi, Paul George, and Zubac, whatever team they have. But I think that the Sixers should just cave, give him the $200 million, because there's not another player that you're going to get for that amount of money, or even less. I heard Fred VanVleet was going to go to the Sixers because of the Nick Nurse connection. I just think that Harden should just stay with the Sixers and take and the Sixers should give him the money, and that partnership with Embiid. And Embiid's 29. He's not that young. He's not the first couple of years when you were oh wow, he's young. They need to get a championship the next 3 years, 4 years, and Harden wants that kind of contract, so give it to him.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Idris?
I'm just confused on if he's trying to go to a team to compete more, he thinks Philly can't get it done, and he's championship hunting still, or if he's just done now. The way the Houston trades were going and everything, I'm assuming he's not trying to ring chase anymore. And it makes sense for him to go back to Houston just because that's a city and he wants to stay there. But it's I don't know. I don't get when people when fans get really, really mad at people for players for not ring chasing. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. It's the Dame thing. Bro, he clearly wants to stay, bro. Just let him stay. There's no point in getting mad. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'd love to see Harden get a championship. Optimize his talent. Top 10 scorer, all time, scorer all time. But it's he doesn't want to get a ring, bro. What are you gonna do about it? Just let him go back to Houston, I guess. But also at the same time, Houston move would make no sense from a roster standpoint.
I feel like it actually devalued Houston, to be honest.
Yeah. They still have Porter Jr. under contract, but they have to trade him. If they cut him, they're still accounting for his cap, so why would you cut him? They just drafted a guard, Asar Thompson. They have, Jalen Green. So it's just what is James?
And I feel I just said this a couple of pods ago. I feel like you just stopped the motion going on in Houston, I feel like you just kind of be the prima donna, just kind of try to be the guy again. It's bro, first of all, James Harden's not that guy anymore. He's not even a successful two-man on a championship team. So
okay.
He's not a successful two-man. He's not.
He's not.
This is back-to-back, by the way. We're not doing only 1 year.
I wouldn't say he can't. Not that he can't be the guy, but he's not he's not supposed to be the guy anymore. He's not going to be when in the NBA, at least in the most past 5 to 10 years, Curry by himself is not going to win a Warriors championship.
Right.
Curry's not quote unquote.
But he'll be the best player on a championship team. No doubt.
I don't think so. Even when the Warriors won championship with KD was the best player on the court.
Against Boston last year, bro.
Even then, they didn't win because Curry was a huge part of their success. But I feel like you take Draymond off that team, they're not winning that championship. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're trying to say. There are factors in that team, but again, Steph Curry was the guy who stepped up in that playoffs, not playoffs, in that finals especially.
For sure, but here's what I'm saying. There's a lot of factors. I could be Jordan Poole not scoring. If Jordan Poole didn't score 20 points off the bench, they're not winning that either.
That makes sense.
Thompson didn't hit 4 or 5 threes a game, they're not winning that either. So what I'm saying is, it's hard to the last person Dame and Harden are probably the only 2 players that I've known, at least that I can think of right now, that are called upon to be the guy in there when they lose the Rockets and the Blazers. We've seen that Dame clearly can't and won't be able to do it.
It's not like they can and won't be. They don't have the necessary pieces.
Well, no, but I'm going off of what you just said. Well, he can't be the guy anymore. Well, we've seen that being the guy in the NBA is not going to win you a ring. Mm-hmm. When has that ever happened? You know what I'm saying?
LeBron is only LeBron.
Luka can't make the playoffs right now, and he's the quote unquote the guy. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the situation with Philly is so perfect where you have an MVP top 5 level talent. I'm talking about people are literally saying he's probably the most skill center of all time, maybe outside of Jokic, on an NBA roster, and you're trying to go to Houston. with like who's on that team that you know what I'm saying is gonna push. Like, Harden's not gonna be able to push that team to a championship.
But the question I'm asking is, James Harden, is he a $50 million a year guy anymore?
Not anymore. I don't think anymore.
I mean, look at the contracts they've been giving out recently. Chris Paul, at the same age that Harden was, I think, 3-4 years ago, got that same like not like obviously with taking the money into account from then to now. Chris Paul got 40. He was getting.
But I think, and I genuinely with all my heart, I think Chris Paul was more of a factor right at that time than James Harden is right now. 100%. 100% I agree with that.
What did Chris Paul do at that time?
He was, I believe he was in Houston or he was with OKC.
He was OKC. He got to the second round, got clapped.
All right, but he took an 11th seed OKC team to the playoffs.
No. They were the 6th seed that year.
No, they were the 11th seed mid-season.
No.
Mid-season, yes they were.
Oh no, mid-season.
Mid-season,
Yeah,
he brought them back up.
What did they finish?
But that was due to Chris Paul finding his flow, finding his rhythm, and he was able to.
That team wasn't terrible too. Like,
it was terrible. What are you talking about? On paper, that team was even supposed to go to the playoffs, bro.
That team had a good Dennis Schroeder, CP3, Lou Dort. Who else did they have? That team was
in the Western
Steven
Conference.
Adams.
In the Western Conference in 2020? Are you kidding me?
I'm pretty sure that was a weak year for the Western Conference.
No, it wasn't.
Was KD on the Warriors? No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't on the Warriors.
Nets.
Yeah.
So the Warriors they were tanking because they got James Wiseman the next year too.
Yeah.
That year was not good for the West.
That was the year that Suns made the finals, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That was because I remember people were saying, "Oh, the Suns like got a fluke," and remember they said that the Bucks got a fluky ring too.
Yeah, I still believe in that. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So even like,
Was this the year the Suns went to the finals, or was it?
Oh no, it was Lakers Heat.
Yeah, it was Lakers Heat. It was Lakers.
No, it wasn't because.
In the bubble. That's
You're right, Bubble.
The year after
is when he was on the Suns. Yeah.
And then the Bucks won. What I'm saying is the East was dominant for 2019, 2020, 2021. It was only until like last year, this year that the West got really.
But in my case, we still have to recognize Chris Paul was the best player on that team, and he was able to. I feel that was succeeding for him. Like to be honest, at that age, most people wrote off Chris Paul at that point.
It's not that hard to be the best player on the team when the next best player is Lou Dort.
No, I'm not saying the best player, but he was able to. He took them to the playoffs. Like I feel like for me, that's like a success for Chris Paul that year.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But, I mean, then again, like we're going back to the question of Chris Paul and James Harden. It's like what
Chris Paul is more valuable to a team at that age than James Harden is right now.
I don't know if
I don't think I can agree with that.
I agree with that.
James Harden just led the NBA in assists.
I agree with that, but I'm talking about when it comes down to the playoffs. Where's James Harden?
He dropped 40 in 2 games.
I know, but he's inconsistent. He drops 40 games.
What's Chris Paul in playoffs?
Chris Paul playoffs is
fine on the bench, in street clothes. I'm saying you can't justify Chris Paul's contract from back then off a year that he had before the contract, and it's like the year right now James Harden just had. If it was anybody else, they would be like, "Yo, give him the max."
So why do you think they're hesitant to not give him the contract?
The reason why they're hesitant to give him the max is not because of his play; it's because of his off the court issues or like clubbing with Lil Baby, Manami, ABC, like all of this before. It's not like about like if you literally took the name and the face away from the player, you literally just blank stats, you'd be like, "Whoa, this is a top 10 player."
I agree with that. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The only reason why they're hesitant to give him the contract is dealing with like the way he left the Houston, gaining all that weight, all this. He's not always physically fit. He doesn't. Not that he can't play defense. He doesn't want to play defense sometimes. That's why he's not getting the contract. It's not about.
But realistically, why would he opt into his deal and not try to figure something out?
He likes Daryl Morey. He's probably gonna. It's like I said. It's either to pull leverage into like, yo, if you don't pay me, find someone who's gonna pay me. I mess with you enough, so do it like that. Or like, I'll play one more year and we're done. You don't have to worry about me again. And maybe in the back of my mind, it's like, what if he can't get that kind of money from another team? He's worried. So he's like, well, if I can't get that money from another team, I have a backup like 35, 36 mil to.
That's a good point. I'm just saying I'm not saying he's wasting another year, but he's like risking another year of his career to prove or not prove that he's worth that type of bread. You know what I'm saying?
How old is he right now?
33.
33.
He turned 34 before the season.
It's not even that old.
It's not old. Like I said,
it's not old.
What? KD's 30, about to turn 36. Like.
Yeah.
These players.
Still got Curry hooping at 35.
That's what I'm saying. I think he can last one more contract, and after that, it's clips.
What moves do you think Philly has to make to become like a competitor?
Yeah, bro, that's an actual question.
I think you got to get a better big man because Joel Embiid can't play 48 minutes tonight. I mean, that's probably one of the they had Montrezl there.
Right, I'll go for 2 at one point.
No, I mean that was the year before, and also they played them together.
Yeah,
they
had him at the
4. Yeah,
it was a weird fit because defensively, if I'm another team, I'm attacking both of them.
Yeah.
But I think the Sixers. They need more firepower off the bench. I feel like Shake Milton's not going to get it done.
For sure.
And the thing is, here's my thing. Also, coaching. I feel like it was more about coaching than really the players that we had. Because on paper, in my honest opinion, if we beat the Celtics, I don't think that he beat us in a series. Because we just, again, in the Nuggets series, Jokic versus Embiid, that would probably have been one of the best finals of all time. Like I think that would have gone to 7 because like matchup to matchup, we match up very well. Like I feel like the Sixers probably would have done a way better job than the Heat. So
I agree.
I think it's a lot more about coaching. I mean, if you look at like the stats, why is Shake Milton getting a DNP in playoffs?
Yeah.
Like, why are we only playing 7 players? The only 7 players I played were like on the bench were Niang and like McDaniels and Daniel House sometimes. So why are we only playing 8 players in playoffs? Like, yo, like play your bench, like you know, like or if you're gonna call a timeout, what are you talking about? Why are we coming out of timeout and then not like nothing's getting better? We lost games. Well, we scored 2 points in the fourth quarter of a game 6 that we dropped 10 points in.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So I feel like not that Nick Nurse is like a better coach than Doc Rivers, but I think he's gonna make more adjustments. And the roster, I mean, I bring everyone back. Maybe like if we're gonna trade James Harden, I want like a solid player back in return for him. Like, if we're gonna get Paul George, let's get Paul George.
That would be very
get
tough.
an actual.
That
star.
would be very tough.
Yeah.
I think that would be a W trade for you guys. If you just made that
Paul George.
yeah, if you just made that switch to James Harden.
Bro, I'll give up a first round pick. Paul George, like I feel like he's not as injury riddled as Kawhi is, and also like.
But he's just in that system. I feel like he's just stuck in that system. So like we kind of like see like we don't see Paul George anymore like, the way we used to.
And I feel like the Clippers are so reliant on Kawhi. It's just like, yo, give Kawhi the ball, let him rock. Imagine Paul George and Embiid. I don't even want to think about it. That's a crazy duo. But I mean, what do you think?
I think Harden and Embiid is like such a perfect fit. I don't want them to break that up.
Yeah.
But I don't know, bro. It's just like I don't like
I
how
think
much money to give him, like with all the inconsistencies and everything.
I'm
like
looking at Joel Embiid's contract right now. He's getting paid like 50, 51 million. He's like 213 million for 4
He's
years.
underpaid too. He's gonna get an extension. He's gonna be like the one Jaylen Brown got is gonna get this summer. He's gonna be like I think a little bit above. He's made an All NBA team, so 300 million like in the next couple of years. He's gonna get Max.
And MVP too.
he's got MVP. Yeah.
Max is gonna get that extension too, like this year or next year for sure. He's gonna get it.
But the thing is, for me, is kind of like, well, Joel Embiid is. I would say he's an injury-prone player.
To an extent.
Second is like, we need Joel Embiid to be stepping up like in these big games.
No, you're right.
And it's like every year we kind of give this. I feel like we give, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like we give Joel Embiid the biggest passes.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people give him the big. Bro, people trash Anthony Davis like it's nobody's business. Like every time he does bad, even me, I'm gonna be honest, but like I feel like Joel Embiid would give him that pass, and I feel like for the first time this year, I was like, damn, like. What does Joel Embiid like have to do to like I guess like get in position? Because we saw Jokic got Jamal Murray back within 1 year. He's in. You know what I'm trying to say?
I think the reason Joel Embiid gets such like more of a pass than Anthony Davis is I feel like the way they get hurt is a little bit different. I feel like Anthony Davis be hitting air and getting hurt. Like not like I'm not one of those like fans that's just like oh wow like you know injuries aren't like that serious, but like obviously it's serious, but like. Joel Embiid last year got elbowed by Pascal Siakam. That's what he got hurt.
He broke his like fractured like his face or something.
Literally like the bone right here.
Yeah, like stuff like that. It's like what are you gonna do about it?
You can't control that. Or like knee tendonitis, like actual like stuff.
But he's been dealing with that even like when he was in Kansas and when he came to the NBA.
You see what I'm saying? So like it's a pattern of like genuine issues. That's why you can't really get mad at someone for having those kind of issues. Anthony Davis, I feel like one, he wears low ankle shoes. He wears Kobe 6s when he plays basketball.
Like 6'11", right?
Or you're 6'11".
Yeah.
Like he does it to himself. The way he plays also is a little, and also he doesn't want to play the way he wants to play like 4. He's a 5. He's 6'11". Go get in the paint, big boy. Like Stephen A. literally be like, get your big ass in the paint. He'll literally tell him. So I'm sitting there like, okay, well, if you want to play like that and you're gonna continue to get hurt. What do you want us to do? Joel Embiid, I feel like also because of the way he carries that team, the way he has to deal with the Ben Simmons stuff.
I gave him the pass for the last like year and a half to do. It's like yeah, bro, to deal with Ben Simmons.
Brett Brown's an incompetent coach. Like he had to deal with a lot of things before we got Doc. Like Doc was probably his first year. I'd be like, okay, this is your time. Like go. You know what I'm saying?
And he's still pretty incompetent if you ask me, to be honest. Doc Rivers, just I don't think he's a bad coach necessarily, but. People be saying like he's a Hall of Fame level coach, and I just don't think so, bro. How many 3-1 leads has he blown? Just like the way he makes adjustments.
I would even say I was kind of like on like I was giving like good stuff about Doc Rivers, but now actually analyzing it, I would say that like Doc Rivers actually failed with that Celtics team. To be honest,
forget the Celtics team. He failed with the Clippers team. That Clippers team probably was one of the best of all time. Like if he loaded up in 2K, he probably would have went to play. But that's how wild it is. DeAndre Jordan in his prime, Blake Griffin in his prime, Chris Paul in his literal prime. They were the
best team in the West, by the way.
On the bench.
Jamal Crawford.
At one point, they were the best team in the West. They were the best team in the West. It was. I remember they were competing with. The Spurs at the time. The
Warriors were getting into.
They're getting there.
Yeah.
Thunder.
Yeah. It was a. Oh my God. The Thunder and the Clippers were supposed to be the next come up teams, and then.
Yeah.
And then Blake Griffin got so many injuries that you didn't even. DeAndre Jordan forgot how to dunk the ball. Chris Paul was the only consistent that stayed, but then he got hurt too. He started having injury issues. Like Doc Rivers in Game 7 also proved that he's incompetent. He literally showed me again. Like I remember, I think it was before we had a podcast where I was telling y'all like, "Oh, we're gonna win, we're gonna whatever ABCD," and then he literally proved me wrong. He lost both games in a row back to back. I'm saying like, bro, no way. Like,
Clippers should have finished in 2014. I'm not gonna lie.
oh, for sure. They lost what? They blew a 3-1 lead, right?
Yeah,
That's
pretty
Houston,
sure
right?
Yeah.
Houston.
They should have got it done.
Thunder.
No, Houston.
Oh, because Houston went and lost to the Warriors, right?
Yeah.
They should have got it done 2014 or 2015. One of those should have been their years.
Yeah, that team was.
Yeah, after that, their window was a little, small Warriors started teeing up, but that was their window. From 2013 to 2015, they should have had at least one, not gonna lie. Just when you look at the roster and the talent that was on it, Lob City was something special, but they couldn't maximize their potential.
I still think that Rivers is going to be a Hall of Fame coach, and I think he deserves it because
Where is he going to now? Where does Doc Rivers go to now?
I think he's going to do TV. He was the finals for the Suns job, and Vogel got it. I'm not sure if he took. The Raptors hired some white Russian guy, but I'm not sure if he's going to get a head coaching job this year. If he's going to be like an assistant like D'Antoni with the Nets, but I still think Hall of Fame wise he's going to make it because winning. Not that many coaches when you really think about it actually win an NBA championship. So it's just like, I mean, granted he had an all-star team with Pierce, Garnett, and Allen, but still I feel like he deserves it to a certain extent. He's had a great team with like the Lob City Clippers. He had the Magic team with Shaq in the back in the day. He's probably gonna make it. He's top 5 wins as a coach all time. He's still gonna win.
100%. And getting into the free agency talk more deeper. Free agency, I don't know when this is going to be posted, within maybe a couple of days or weeks. But yeah, free agency starts tomorrow at 6 p.m. We start free agency. Man, there's been a lot of talk in the league. You can get to, what free agents, first of all, would you guys like to see, go to, I don't know, any team that you feel like are one player away from that, success or whatnot?
Gotta think about who's a free agent. There's not that many. It's more like I feel like more trades have been happening.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like there's one player in particular we can get into, Kyrie.
He's not free agent.
Yes.
No, he's not. He's got a year left or something.
No, but he's
free agent.
He's a free agent, bro. Yeah, he's a free agent.
Why, sure.
He's apparently from sources, he's trying to meet with the Suns tomorrow.
They don't, bro. What are you gonna give him? They're gonna give him a sandwich because that's all bro. Unless they trade Aiden. If they trade Aiden, then it'll work. But
that would be the dumbest move I think by the Phoenix organization because you've now lost your big man, the only slightest of defense that you have in your team.
Well, I think they should still Aiden doesn't play defense. By the way, he's actually terrible. They'd rather just sub me in the game. Like I'm telling you, like he doesn't like the reason why they took him out in the playoffs was because he was just letting what's his face?
Yeah, everyone saw that clip. Jokic like puts it up, grabs the board, and this guy is literally next to him like watching, like, oh shit, he's about to do this. Like
Jacques Vaughn was literally getting OD bumped in the playoffs because of the fact that he could actually play defense and what a big man's supposed to do, put the ball in the net and lay it up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Aiden, he wants to play a 4, but he can't shoot, can't make free throws.
Yeah, he doesn't really. It's not crazy.
But it's not something that you should probably do that instead of being a big man. You know what I'm saying? It's not to that point where like Joel Embiid, give me on a block, post up, like he doesn't have that.
Yeah, and it's like with the roster they have, big man should be eating. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
It's like regular season. Okay, CP3's out in the playoffs, but like normally you have CP3 who we already know what he does for bigs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let alone Devin Book, KD, the spacing you get. You know what I mean? You should be on the inside cooking, grabbing everything, putting it back up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But.
I don't think Kyrie literally said, like, I saw a report today, the next team that he goes to, he wants to retire there. Like, he at least, like, played there for the rest of his career before he retires with the Cavs or whatever he wants to do.
Why don't would you guys say, like, Kyrie going to the Lakers? What do you think about that?
I want that to happen.
I want it to happen. Again, like, I'm sitting here in my mind thinking about it, it's not going to work in my head for me. Like, he goes to the Lakers, it's him, LeBron, AD. I think the same thing that happened to Russ is going to happen to Kyrie. Kyrie's not the best defender. He'll play defense, but he's not the best defender.
Right.
He needs the ball in his hands. So does AD, so does LeBron. I think he needs a co-star. He doesn't need 3 stars.
I get what you're trying to say, but I think me personally, the one reason I'm more reluctant on him going to LA than like Phoenix or whatnot, he has experience with LeBron. He's successful with LeBron, which is very few players in the league can say he's been successful with LeBron.
Oh, for sure.
Right, so I feel like him going to LA wouldn't be too much of an adjustment, obviously with AD. But I don't think Kyrie needs the ball. Like Kyrie will, I think, not sacrifice the ball, but understand how to play with the team more than Russell Westbrook.
Because the thing is, Westbrook was more ball in hand, like playmaker, and Kyrie's more of a shooter. Yeah, you know what I mean? More of a scorer type. So it's like LeBron could really just play the point and sit back and let Kyrie.
Also you're right. But I mean, at the Nets, with the Nets, what he did, he gave Harden the ball.
Yeah, he gave Harden the ball.
So,
He still cooked up.
You get what I'm saying? But still, even with money, you can't. They both.
Yeah, the money's the main problem.
They already extended contract offers to RFA's Hachimura and Reeves.
Yeah, and they're
Reeves-
planning on D'Lo. They're planning on D'Lo.
Yeah.
Reeves
If they don't get.
is gonna get 100 million, like guaranteed. Like a team's gonna offer 100 million. The Magic will be stupid enough to get the like. By the way, I hate Reeves. I think he's overrated. I hate him. But he's overrated.
Whoa, why?
So overrated. We'll talk about that in a second. Hachimura, he's not overrated. I feel like the Wizards gave up on him too soon, but they're gonna get 50 mil for him too. So that's 50 mil for
That's
him.
not crazy. 50 mil.
It's not bad.
Yeah, for sure. It's his price range. Yeah.
No, it's not bad. Like 50, 60, like for like 4 years, like what, 10, 15 mil a year.
That's what he's worth. That's what
Reeves, he does not deserve 25 mil a year, like at all. Like no way.
Are you serious?
I agree.
25 million a
25
year.
is kind of crazy.
I saw a graphic. I mean, we can talk about it now. Start, bench, cut, hero, pool, Pete Reeves. And I'm
Pool, start, bench, Reeves, cut, hero.
what I said was, if you do anything that's not either starting or benching hero or pool, no more basketball talk for you. If you are bringing Reeves into that conversation of over hero or over pool, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, no. I think, me personally, we talked about this last part, and I'll get into it now. I feel like Jordan Poole right now is in the best situation he could possibly be in his career.
For sure.
Like, going to DC is going to maximize him to another level, and this is a make or break year. This year is a make or break year for him.
Well, not this year. I think he has the extension, his whole contract to play it out.
No, for sure, but I'm Yo, my fault, guys. You know, a little bit of a delay happening, but, you know, keeping it going with the Bradley Beal talk, you were saying?
I was just saying they should have blown it all up back when they traded John Wall. I don't think, and I think they missed some of the draft picks too. I'm not saying Denny's a bust, but you definitely passed on. I can't think on the top of my head who's in that draft, but he definitely missed a couple people, especially in that round. Cody Kisper was a reach. I think they picked him at 13. They should have blown that team up. And back to the question I asked y'all, like, I'm still saying, like, why would you pay Reeves that much money? In my head, he's not going to drop 20 a night. He's averaging 13.
But I think we have to look.
Rebounds.
And the thing with you, like, I feel like you think of it from that perspective, but for me personally, as a Lakers fan, I think we should genuinely blow this shit up. We should blow it up. We should go from scratch, restart the team. Because the way I'm thinking how the West is going to be in 5 years. The Lakers are thinking of how to win a chip right now, and it's completely it's messed up. And the Lakers do this every time. What they do is they'll max out a so-called ring or two, and then they'll have a couple of bad seasons, and they'll try to fix it up by getting another free agent. Like, why don't we get some homegrown players? Why don't we get some young guys from the draft? Why don't we start from scratch like we did with Ingram and Lonzo? I think, and you know what? This is a personal take. I think getting LeBron on the Lakers is probably the worst thing the Lakers did. The worst thing the Lakers did. I'll tell you why. With LeBron going on the team, we have lost probably 10 years of what could have been a dynasty. Listen.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, for sure. What could have been a dynasty for what? One ring? Like, bro, we're the Lakers, bro. Like, as a fan, I'm trying to see like a three-peat, bro. I'm not trying to see like no ring and one ring and then like wait another 10 years for another ring. By the way, we waited 11 years for another ring.
I don't think if you didn't get LeBron, you were going to win a ring.
But I think it would have I think we would have had more of a chance to win a ring in the long term. I think we'd been fighting. We could have been fighting.
Well, here's my thing. AD just turned 30 this year.
Mm-hmm.
So AD has at least, like, I would say 2-3 more years of his prime, like playing at an all-star level. Mm-hmm. He's not going to be bad until he's like 35, 36. I think he's going to start age off. And if you keep AD, I mean, it's not like people are going to not want to play with AD. That's the whole bullshit. You're still going to bring free agents. And also, like, back in my head, like, I was actually just thinking about it. When Bronny gets drafted, let's say Bronny gets drafted to someone that's not the Lakers. Mm-hmm. LeBron's going to either want to request a trade or he's leaving the Lakers. You're going to probably trade LeBron for like a couple first-round picks, get some picks back because LeBron's still LeBron at the age of 40 no matter what.
Yeah, for sure. He's still valuable.
So, like I said, you just drafted him. You drafted Shafino. He's fine.
Yeah, he's tough. I didn't even speak on him. Yeah, I watched his highlights the other day.
You still have Max Christie.
Yeah, Christie's nice.
Yo, that team's not bad. Max Christie, Shafino, whoever you drafted, Hachimura probably stays. Like, that team's not terrible. Y'all probably still gonna be like the 8th.
But I see Reeves being the leader of that young core. That's my thing. So that's why I feel like
if he steps up, I just feel like he got, like I said, it's a blessing playing with LeBron. I'm like, I keep saying this, but I could suit up with LeBron. I'll probably drop 10 points a night in the NBA right now, like if he asked me to suit up. But that's just a blessing playing with LeBron and AD. Like, you're not gonna have much pressure on you. So now, that's what I'm worried about with Jordan Poole. He goes to the Wizards. Now he's the man. Everyone's going to be keying up on him because they know damn well Denny Avdija is not dropping 20 points a night. They know for a fact Gafford might not even drop 8. So like I said, they're going to be keying on him switching. Oh, switch. Yo, like, let's see what they're really going to do. Reeves, like I said, LeBron Reeves, let's see what he's going to do. Like, with all the pressure on you. I don't know. Like, that's why I'm saying here. I can see a lot more with Hero and Poole. I think they got that dog in them a lot more than Reeves does. So
really?
For
you didn't watch the playoffs?
bro. But that's what I'm saying. Like they're like,
even the regular season when we were in that like ninth, 10th seed trying to get to that playing position, Reeves was a very key part of like our come up.
That's what I was saying. I feel like a lot of teams have that mentality, yo. Anybody but LeBron and AD. Like, come on, like if Reeves drops 20 and beats us, I can go home and actually sleep a good, nice rounded, like type of sleep, knowing that Austin Reeves scored 20, beating us, not LeBron dropping 40 or AD dropping 40. And like if Reeves is gonna beat us, let him beat us. We're switching all the screens. We're gonna let him shoot whatever the hell he wants to shoot. But LeBron, you don't let LeBron do what you gotta do because there's a more likely chance of LeBron clamping you and like kicking you out the playoffs than Reeves is. Like there's like a less percent chance I'm like a lot more comfortable with going with that route than going with the LeBron or AD route.
I see your point. My thing with it is kind of like I saw the Warriors series and I was like, damn. I saw LeBron like really slow down for the first time in my career. Like that last game especially, not Warriors series, my fault. The Nuggets series. That game 4 where he went off that first half was amazing. He almost had like 30 points that first half.
Yeah.
Second half he was just a dud, bro. He was blowing out like he was everything, bro.
Yeah.
And he died, bro. Literally, we're witnessing, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, like LeBron doesn't have it anymore.
Yeah.
And he did, like I that's what I said after that game. LeBron does not have it anymore.
Yeah.
And I see that, and I see the inconsistency of Anthony Davis. I'm not gonna tell you how pissed I get when I have to. I don't even know if Anthony Davis is gonna bring it, especially during the playoffs. Like we have these Denver Nuggets series games, and bro, Anthony Davis is like he's playing good, but it's like bro, like the next game he'll have like 13 points. I'm like, dog, you're the best player on the Los Angeles Lakers. You cannot have 13 points, and it's not acceptable. You feel me?
Real, yeah.
And I feel like for me, it's like I don't want to play that game with. I'm not playing that game with Anthony Davis, and he's in his prime right now.
Yeah.
So if we're gonna be accepting this in his prime, bro, come on. When he loses, when he's like at 33 age and stuff like that, the Lakers still hold on to him. But again, I'm not gonna lie, Rob Pelinka's a terrible GM. Like he is like I know all Lakers gonna be like, oh, he got LeBron. Like bro, it's Los Angeles, bro. I'm gonna keep it a
You
status.
can't say that because he got you a ring, and also
He got us LeBron, bro. He didn't get us a ring. He got us LeBron, and because we're the Lakers.
Think about the deals he made that year. Danny Green was on a minimum contract. Y'all had Dwight Howard, Rajon Rondo. Like low-key, that team was filthy.
But they blown it up the next year. They literally
blew it up. They all retired. I mean,
no, they didn't.
One of them was Taiwan. Rondo retired.
No, Dwight Howard.
He's in Taiwan.
No, he wasn't in Taiwan the year after.
No one signed him.
No, I think he was somewhere.
He was somewhere.
Where?
It might have been Philly. No,
No, he was not in Philly. We signed what's his face? We signed DeAndre Jordan that year. I remember. I promise you, he has not played since that year. I also was watching this. Looking weird. I was watching a Dwight Howard video about his career like last night while I was taking a shower. I swear to God, like it said after 2020, he has not played a game in the NBA. No one signed him.
Damn.
And he played good. Like, he was actually like for a role play, on the vet men, he was guarding Jokic when they were in the Western Conference Finals. He was doing well. The funny thing is, like what you were saying about Rob Pelinka, I still have no idea why they completely blew it up after they won 2020, they went to 21. Braun had just got back off his ankle injury and he was there for 11 games in the regular season, and you could tell he wasn't 100%. And that's when you could still it was Braun prime. Like I don't want to say prime time, but you know
he's still top 5 player in the league.
He's still top 5. And then when they got bounced first round against the Suns, it was AD literally got injured and Braun wasn't 100%. And then that actually they're like, all right, we're blowing it up completely.
Yeah.
I'm still knocking Rob Pelinka for that Westbrook move because, bro, as a non-coach, non-GM, I have no NBA experience. I looked at it and I was like, that's a dumb move. Like, why are you doing it? And I know exactly what they were thinking. They were thinking, oh, LeBron can take a step back. Westbrook can step up, run the playmaking, all that. Dude, in 2020, they were playing the Rockets in the playoffs, and they weren't guarding Russ. Do you remember that? Yeah. They were backing off him and letting him shoot.
Like, so
how do you game plan for a player by saying, let's let him shoot, and then, a year later, we're like, we want him. Your game plan was literally let him do what he wants. Let him cook, and we'll take. If he hits the 3, we'll take it, and if not, you know what I mean, we'll take the L. And then he shot them out of the playoffs, and obviously it wasn't just him, but you know what I mean, How is that your game plan? And then a year or two later, you're like, yeah, that's the player we need. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I do got to give him props for flipping. What was it, Russ in a first round for D'Lo, Hachimura? That was crazy.
That was a good move.
Second round.
Yeah, that was crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
D'Lo and Bando, that's crazy.
I still don't know how we did that. I'm not gonna lie.
No, 100%. I agree. That was a W move. 100%.
That was a W move. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. After blowing it up, what was it? 22 after 2020, 2021. Not getting back certain players from that 2020 run, and then on top of that the Westbrook move, I'd say more LGM than W.
Oh yeah, that's another thing too. You didn't bring LeBron James. You just hired another GM. That's literally what the Lakers did. They brought another guy to control the franchise. I swear to God, that's what they did.
LeBron?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm pretty sure Magic had more
Say so.
pulling getting LeBron and then Pelinka.
Yeah,
I would
he was
agree,
still
yeah.
there,
I think LeBron would have went there regardless. I'm not gonna lie, he wanted to.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, we gotta give him. I mean, I don't know. I was gonna give him props for doing that AD move, but it's like you lost a lot for it, so I don't really think it's
What
a
did
dub.
he lose? A couple first round picks and who?
No, it was the
Randall.
Lonzo, Bi, like you know what I mean. But like, I think any GM could have pulled that off. Like it's obvious AD wanted to leave. LeBron already said he
But
wants to
for
play.
what?
so-
I'm gonna be honest. Even what we gave up for AD, like if we analyze what we gave up for AD, we gave up Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball.
No, and
Charles
I literally just told him, I was like, yo, like in my head, bro, why would you trade Lonzo after only 1 year? Like in my head, I was like, you picked the number 2 overall just to trade him a year later, and I was looking, bro.
And you know that's LeBron talking. Like you know, like no logical person, no logical GM.
Well, I don't think LeBron has I don't think players in general have the type of pull. They're like, yo, I need you to trade LeBron. Like,
I don't even. You know what's crazy? You know, as much I'm a diehard Lakers fan. I don't think Kobe had the pull in his career that LeBron had. I'm gonna be honest.
There's literal stories about Kobe having way more pull. Like Kobe single-handedly denied his own trade to the Mavericks.
Okay, yeah, that's different. But I'm saying like in order to bring players players come into the Lakers.
But I think what I was saying, I don't think like any player in the league, especially LeBron, even LeBron, has to like, yo, trade Lonzo, Bi, and Randall for like Anthony Davis. I don't think it's like that. I think it's more so like, yo, like if we could make it work, like get Anthony Davis here, like by any means necessary. Because even there was a clip of Dirk saying like when they were trying to trade for Kobe, he was like, yo, like I didn't know like the pieces, but like I would have traded me for Kobe too.
Yeah.
He was literally saying that. So it's like they don't know the players are like. Well, I think LeBron like you go trade whatever first round picks you have, stuff like that. Okay, cool. But like as a teammate perspective, I don't know like how you can look at somebody like, oh yeah, like LeBron wanted to like trade like. You know,
But okay,
who's come out.
if we want to go a little bit backtracking LeBron's career, you don't think that? Remember that crazy? I remember I was in school that day, like when D Rose, D Wade, Isaiah Thomas, all of them. They came in like one. They came in one pack. You don't think that was LeBron?
No, I think LeBron, like I said, could have said, yo, I want to play with D Wade again. I want to play with D Rose. Isaiah Thomas was in that trade too, or something like that. He could say stuff like that. I don't think he'd be like, yo, trade J.R. Smith, trade Channing Frye for these people. I don't think.
I think he scares the hell out of GMs though. And it's like once you have LeBron, especially maybe not even at this point in his career, but definitely like the whole 2010 decade, like you have the best player in the world. Why would you not maximize that? You know what I mean? So GMs are scrambling to do anything. But I do think he scares GMs. I do think he has like strong pull. I don't think he walks into the office and he's like, I want this guy gone, and like you know by the end of the week they're gone. I don't think it's that serious, but I think he probably goes to them with certain requests of what he wants in players. He knows what's going on in the league, who's a free agent, who's not. So it's kind of like
And the job gets done. No, 100%.
I mean, as much as we want to knock them for that in hindsight for that Bi, like trading Bi, Lonzo, like because that would have been other than Lonzo,
been crazy.
It would have been fire. I'm not gonna lie. They had Bi now, they'd be up. You know what I mean? But it's like they did get a ring out of it, so it's like I guess it was successful. Because you gotta remember at the day, like how many franchises get rings? You know what I mean?
But I think okay.
Like there are franchises that don't even make like Kings just made the playoffs. You know what I mean? There's franchises like poverty franchises like that, and then it's like to get a ring. Like at the end of the day, it is a big deal.
I think I saw a graphic. I think the Nuggets are the first champion that are not the Heat, Lakers, Celtics. Like
they're not.
It's like 5 teams that won the finals since Adam Silver took over from Stern.
It's been.
I think they're the only. By the way, they're the only team in the West to win that is not from Texas or California.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's what you're saying. Heat, Celtics, Lakers. I think
Warriors.
Yeah, Golden State, and there's Milwaukee.
Spurs. You say Spurs?
Spurs and Milwaukee. That's it. Those are only 6 teams that have won a championship.
6?
Only 6 teams that won a championship. Like obviously, I'm talking about like in multiple years.
Yeah.
Golden State won what 3 or 4? 4.
Yeah,
Right? They won 4. San Antonio won 4. Heat won 4.
You say Houston?
Houston didn't win one.
They did. They
Now
won 2.
during Adam Silver.
No, he's saying
Oh,
he's saying
Adam Silver, okay.
when Adam Silver.
Yeah. I see. I know.
And, you know, in David Stern's period, it was only like 4. Celtics, Lakers, Rockets, and Pistons, I think. Or
But you
something.
have to, I think there's one thing to say about the 2 eras because like David Stern, I feel like most players were like really loyal to their teams. So like a lot of
David
that,
Stern's time.
100%.
Shaquille O'Neal left.
Like I think you know what's crazy? I'll say this right now. You might as well. I'll get into it. But I feel like Shaquille O'Neal is kind of like the first player to kind of go out of bounds and like play around with like other teams. Play with other teams in his prime.
I think
Who else did that?
I'm pretty sure like a lot of other
No.
Michael Jordan. I mean, he didn't leave the Bulls, but I mean, he like was he retired in his prime, middle of his prime.
Okay, that's different. Michael Jordan retired in the middle of his prime.
Well, I mean, it's a different scenario, but same situation, or different situations.
But I mean, like, I think Shaq was like, okay, we think like, well, LeBron was revolutionary. I think we can go backtrack and say Shaq was actually the revolutionary.
Rodman did it.
But I'm saying that's a superstar.
Rodman was a superstar.
I don't think Rodman. We're not comparing.
That's
We're
a
not
star.
comparing
That's a
because
superstar.
Okay, Rodman's like a Draymond type of star. I guess I'll say it like that.
Yeah, somewhat.
But-
I think a little bit lower, but yeah.
I'm trying to think of like any other like. I mean, I don't think Bird, Johnson, or anything.
Nah, they stuck it with the Celtics. Isaiah Thomas stuck it with the Pistons.
Kareem played for multiple teams. So did
Two,
Will.
only two.
Yeah, only 2 bucks to Lakers.
I mean, okay, Shaq played for other teams, but you only remember him from his Lakers and Orlando days.
And Miami was valid for Shaq.
He won 1 ring. He was on there for a week.
Yeah, I guess so.
But I'm talking Wilt changed teams. He went from Philly to Golden State.
Yeah, that's true. He did. He went Philly.
Kareem went from the Bucks to the Lakers, right? So the other way around. I
Yeah.
forget. It's happened before. It's not like it was new. I get what you're trying to say. Shaq probably made it popular.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, and it wasn't even early. It was like he was so he was with Orlando. He went to the Lakers.
01? What's the Lakers?
And that was like a 10-year deal.
He went to Lakers the 96 when Kobe went. When Kobe got drafted, my fault.
Yeah, it was
99?
96.
No.
96.
He went 96?
96. I thought it was a little later.
The year that Kobe got drafted, Shaq was already on the team when Kobe got traded. Yes.
Kobe played a year without Shaq.
Nope.
I remember.
On God, he did it.
They were
on God. The Lakers made it to the playoffs the first year Kobe was.
On live. Google it.
Do you remember the year that Kobe missed those 4 air balls? Remember those 4 air balls against Utah?
No.
That was
Google it. It's right there. Google it.
I know what I'm talking about. I'll Google it, but
I promise you, Shaq did not play with Kobe his first year.
100%.
Because there was they had a 3P, right?
Yeah, that was what
96 to 99, I think.
No, 2000 to 2002.
Yeah,
2000.
That's
they
2
beat
years.
2000. They beat
01,
Philly.
02.
2001 they beat Indiana. 2002 they beat New Jersey.
So it's from 99 to 02.
No, 2000 because the year. Oh yeah, 99 2000 season.
01.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But look.
And then who won 03 was the Spurs?
Yeah, Spurs.
And then
Spurs won it back to back.
And then no, Pistons.
No, I think Miami.
Oh yeah, you're right. Pistons. Yeah. Spurs won 2003. 4 Pistons. Yeah, you're right. 4 Pistons. So
They won with Ben Wallace on them.
Oh yeah.
They beat the
4
Lakers.
Pistons and 5 and 6 was Heat.
Which go on.
I don't want to bet money, but I'm so confident.
100%. I'm not even joking.
You're a Lakers fan.
I'm not even joking.
No bet against the Lakers fan. This guy probably watches documentary. Showtime Lakers.
He's talking about airball 4,000.
1996, bro.
When Kobe came?
No, when Shaq won.
That's insane.
So when did Kobe get drafted?
96.
Google it too.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. Everyone knows that.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I thought he came like 98, and that's when they started getting to.
You know when they became good? When they became good is when they acquired Phil Jackson. So they had 2 years with I forgot who the name of the coach, but 2 years with them, and then Phil Jackson came. I think after MJ retired.
Yeah.
And that was history.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah. Anyways, one question I wanted to get into, you know, with the NBA kind of, I wouldn't say taking a drift, but we're going to be seeing a lot of changes within the next couple of years. What team do you guys feel like will, potentially build that Warriors, Lakers, Celtics dynasty that, we usually see within an era's time? I feel like the 2010s was so, conflicted with so many types of teams winning, right? I don't feel like we got a true dynasty except the Warriors. I feel like towards the end. But I feel like towards the beginning of the 2010s, it was more like LeBron was the dynasty. You feel me?
Yeah.
It wasn't like just an individual team.
So like dynasty, literally.
Exactly. So like, who do you guys feel like will be like that next dynasty? Do you see any like potential at the moment for like any teams?
Nuggets are big because you gotta remember Jokic is like what 29, 28.
Yo. Had a little commercial break there. Shout out nobody. Anyways, getting back into the topic we were discussing, you're saying the Denver Nuggets being that potential franchise,
Yeah, I said it. Yeah, they're all still young. We've seen them do it at the highest level already. They kind of like, I don't want to say cakewalk through the West, but it was a pretty easy run. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like,
well, they 4-1 right? The only team that gave them 2 games was the Suns.
Suns, yeah, and then it was the first round Timberwolves, but we knew that was gonna be like sweep or gentleman sweep. Shout out Anthony Edwards for not letting it be a sweep. Yeah, and then Lakers, they swept them, so it's like they kind of walked through the West for real. So it's like, you know what I mean? As long as they retain their big 3, obviously, and then like
he's 28 years old.
They're gonna keep their big 3, and then it's like I know like some of the pieces they have like they might possibly lose Bruce Brown this what's it called off season. Still got KCP, still got who was it?
Gordon, MPJ.
Oh yeah, big 4, my fault, because Gordon's really important to their team, but.
Murray.
Yeah, as long as they got their pieces, I don't see any reason why they couldn't back-to-back. Like, I think they're going to back-to-back. Like, I think they're going to win this coming year.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, because it's like they cakewalk through the West. I wish I saw somebody else from the East go against them, but obviously, clearly, they smacked the Heat. I wish I saw either Celtics or, what's it called, Philly go up against them.
If you're a true basketball fan, Milwaukee has so many things to fix in that team.
Yeah.
And I've been
so
saying bad, bro. Like, I think
Milwaukee would have lost too. I don't think Milwaukee.
Yeah, they would have lost.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they have so much to fix. I'm saying.
Yeah, and I've been saying that, and that's why I was really confused when I heard they were the championship favorites last year. I was like, "What are y'all talking about, bro?" Because it's like Drew Holiday's offense is inconsistent. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's a good perimeter defender. They don't really have other good perimeter defenders. You know what I mean? They don't have any like.
Comes back every single year with the same bag, so like
Yeah.
they don't get better.
Yeah, they don't get better. You already know what you're gonna get at Giannis.
Chris, and by the way, what do you feel about Chris Middleton opting out of his contract and being unrestricted?
I think he's just gonna resign with them.
He's gonna resign, or I mean,
Nobody else is good at it. He's not gonna get the same treatment, huh?
He's declining though. He's
old,
declining right
declining.
now. He's what, 32?
Nah, he's a little young. He's like 30.
I think it's just the injuries. I don't think it's necessarily him getting old that's catching up to him. I think he's declining. It just looked like he was declining to me, to be honest. I don't even know what the stats
He
are.
just came from injury and stuff like that last
Yeah. I don't even know what the stats are. Like, I don't know if there's a drop off in points per game and all that, but it just didn't look the same. You know what I
He
mean?
didn't play that much last year to the playoffs.
Yeah, there was literally games like I remember the 2021. Remember when Giannis went out? Was it that second round? I think,
Yeah.
and he was keeping him in it. Like, bro, I literally say there's like Chris Middleton looks like either the most average player in the league or like there's nights where he looks like Michael Jordan. Like he was going,
I saw a tweet.
like he was going crazy some games, bro. Like I was like, what the hell? Like I did not expect that out of him. That's literally why they won the 2021 championship. So it was like, I don't think you got that out of him anymore, and you needed that. Like you needed that because Drew is way too inconsistent on offense, and I think defense is mainly what he's there for. Then you, look at the pieces around him. What is it? Pat Connaughton, Grayson.
They're not bad. I mean, honestly.
They're not bad. Hell no. They're
It's
not
just like
bad.
if you want to compete as the best team in the East.
And I think if they were fully healthy, they would have beat the Heat.
I think the Heat. I think that now, I think the Eastern Conference, the Heat. I don't care what seed the Heat are. If they keep that team, they're in the conversation.
In the conversation, I don't think
They
they'll
have to
win.
be.
I don't think they'll ever win though.
Cavs, yeah. Fourth take, boys. Apologies for the inconvenience. Now we're gonna get into a little bit of a challenge that designed. Obviously during the NBA season, we have a lot more to talk about. But now we're gonna get into some questions. Me as the host gonna ask right here our guest and co-host some questions, test their ball knowledge a little bit. Let's see where their heads at with it. But I got some. Actually, I hope. I don't know if this is gonna stumble you guys. But the first question I have is, which coach currently in the NBA has the most rings? Most rings. I have four answers. A. Steve Kerr. B. Eric Spoelstra. C. Greg Popovich. D. Doc Rivers.
I don't think it's.
It's gotta be
Kerr.
Popovich.
It's Kerr.
Popovich, he's right.
Really?
Yeah,
What are the
Popovich.
numbers?
He's five. He's five. Kerr has four.
Are we counting players too? Because I was counting the ones that Kerr had as a player.
No.
Oh.
Chill.
In that case, yeah, it's like like nine.
Oh,
As a coach.
okay. As a
There-
coach.
No, actually, if it was just only that, would have been like Pat Riley. Pat Riley as a GM and the.
He played too, right?
Yeah, he didn't play. I think he did play, but he has rings with the Lakers. He has rings with the Heat,
Heat, yeah.
and he's also GM for.
We used to say that.
No, but Pat Riley's not. He's not a coach anymore.
Oh yeah.
He's not a coach. That's why I
I'm
didn't-
talking about that out of the options because Spoelstra has rings from before he actually started head coaching. So I was thinking about everything in my mind. I was like, wait, it's Kerr because Kerr has 4 rings with the Bulls. And he got 4 of his own with the Warriors. I was like, that's 8. Like, okay, you got it.
Anyways, second question. This one I don't know if you guys. Now for the last question, and this is gonna be a very tough question. I don't know how you guys are gonna answer this one, but which current NBA team has played the fewest games as a franchise?
What are the options? Oh.
A. OKC. B. New Orleans Pelicans. C. Denver Nuggets. D. Charlotte Hornets.
I'm trying to think. 'Cause I know Charlotte is an expansion team. It might be. I think it's Charlotte. But you said what was the first team?
As a
OKC.
team with that name,
Yeah.
So not like I know the Pelicans used to be.
That's what, no. So it's just the Pelicans organization, or just the OKC organization, just
The Charlotte. The Charlotte.
okay, hold on, because I know Supersonics was like what 2006, 2005. That's when they became OKC. Hornets went to. I'm gonna go Pelicans.
You're right. He's
Pelicans?
right. Pelicans. Yeah.
Wow, much, bro. I'm trying to think.
And they're like all within the same decade. It's all around like
Yeah,
2005 to like
couple
2008
years.
range. Type.
Yeah.
Cause I know MJ bought the Hornets. He was the first owner of them.
But the Hornets were a name back in the 90s.
But
It went to Bobcats and they went back to Hornets. So that's the trick.
Oh.
That's the trick. The Hornets are actually longer than people think, but like because they switched their names and stuff.
You're
right.
Bobcats is the most terrible. I'm gonna keep this out. Most terrible sports team. I swear to God.
not that bad.
They had like a
On God, I was driving like on the highway. I saw somebody with a Bobcats like sticker. I was like on God. Like, the shot. I was like, no way. They're probably from North Carolina.
Was it a
There's
beat
no
up
way.
car? It had to be like a beat up Toyota Camry.
Yeah.
Had to be,
I
bro.
think
Yeah, it was a hatchback, exactly. Like, bro, it was an SUV to it. I was like geeking, bro. I was going to work. I was like, hold on, bro.
I think they still hold the record for the least games won in the season.
Yeah.
I think it's like 12 and 78. Yeah.
They had one season where they won 7 games during the lockout. They won 7 games that year. Crazy.
No, they were just over there on
Because
geeks.
who they draft that year? The next year they draft somebody forget what they drafted.
There's
Probably-
Kemba.
No, not Kemba was not number 1, was it?
Yes,
No,
he
he
was.
was.
Okay, was
Kemba was it? My fault, my
Kemba
fault.
was not number 1.
My
Kemba
fault.
was like 11 or something.
Okay, now I'm checking.
Yeah.
I'm checking. Anyways, guys, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in to this week's podcast. Like, subscribe, all that down below. Let us know any questions, anything you'd like to talk about for next podcast. Appreciate you guys for watching. Boys, we out.